It's here. It is the first mock draft of the season. 9 categories, 12 teams, head-to-head. We've got third round reversal. It's happening. Michael Bolton.
Thanks, Josh. It's Michael Bolton here, and it's time for another episode of the Locked On Fantasy Basketball Podcast. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it, indeed.
You are Locked On Fantasy, your daily NBA fantasy podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Hello and welcome to the Locked On Fantasy Basketball Podcast, brought to you by Basketball Monster. My name is Josh Lloyd, but I have to go now. My planet needs me. I'm also the lead fantasy analyst at basketballmonster.com, and today's episode is brought to you by Monarch Money. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use the code LOCKEDONNBA at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. Also, thank you for making Locked On Fantasy Basketball your first listen every day. We are free and we're available on all platforms. Give it a double bang and thumb and comment down below. Tomorrow, Basketball Monster is opening for the season. You can sync your leagues up. Got the draft tracker in there, categories or points leagues, whatever your format is. We've got it all in there. So link it all up, check the projections out, and check how it all goes at basketballmonster.com. Opening tomorrow, Friday in the US in the morning. We're here to do a draft, like I said, where that's the wrong button. We're not talking about the Washington Wizards. What am I, Josh? You're a bit rusty. This is what I wanted to say. It's a mock draft. It's a 12-team, 9-cat, third round reversal. Got some fantasy analysts in there, got some followers in there as well. When we do the drafts, I've got 30 seconds on the clock to keep this thing moving along. I am going to be picking third in this draft. We'll see how it goes. This is the first mock draft that I have done. I have not done a single thing with mock drafts all season, so we're going to see how this goes. I'll be making some moves that seem bold at the time as I try to you get a feel for where things are on draft boards and ADPs. And again, I haven't done it. I don't know where people are picking any player, so we'll see how that all goes. We'll get to that in a sec, because first I'm going to tell you that today's episode is brought to you by Monarch Money. Most people can't name all of their financial accounts and even what they're worth. That's what's your 401ks, your properties, investments, whatever it is. You might not have that full picture, so you can end up leaving money on the table. That's why there is Monarch Money. It's the all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean, easy-to-use interface on your laptop or your phone. Monarch does the heavy lifting for you. You can link all of your accounts in minutes, see the clear data, get visuals, get smart categorization of your spending, and finally feel in control of your money without ever touching a spreadsheet. Monarch makes it simple to review all of your finances with your partner. You can check all of the budgets and goals all together in the one spot, all that spending activity in one place. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use the code LOCKEDONNBA at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That is 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with the code LOCKEDONNBA. All right, so we might as well get going with this draft. Again, there is going to be picks in here that I don't know how it's going to work. I don't have a feel for the flow of drafts at this stage. I have done my first pass of projections. I've got my list of players in front of me. You can't see it. I've got it in front of me. And there are going to be situations where I'm going either early on someone, and I'll tell you why I'm doing that. I'm saying I'm going to make a point of taking someone early because I believe they're being undervalued, or I believe this player is good, or I'm looking for a certain way to structure out a team. All of this will evolve as the mock drafts flow through the next 2 months before the beginning of the NBA season. We get a feel for how people are viewing things and runs of stats, and I don't know how these guys are drafting. I've got, like I said, 7 other analysts in here, 4 followers. I don't know how anyone is approaching these drafts, so I'm coming in absolutely raw dog on it, and we'll see where we go. Well, so if you're someone here who's a raw dog legend, maybe this will be the show for you. Let's get going. So let's head into the draft room and see how it's going to play out. I am, as I said, picking third, and we'll see how this is going to go down. All right, so it's like a minute 30 until we start off the draft here. I think it's relatively clear who the first 4 picks are going to be. If I felt more confident in Giannis and his history, I'd include him in the first 5 there. But it's going to be Jokic, Wemby, Shai, and Luka. I would have Giannis pretty clearly at 5, and that's where things start to go off the rails. And I do have this set up as a third round reversal to try and reduce some of the level of unfairness. I still believe that a full reversal is a better way to do it, and I didn't do it for this draft, but I will do it for future drafts as we move forward for some of the future drafts. I'll do some that aren't third round reversal as well. I'll do some of these on Yahoo, even though Yahoo is harder to manipulate for mock drafts in terms of if things go wrong, it's harder to adjust things, whereas on Fantrax, it's way easier to do that. But just so you get an idea of the Yahoo draft room, the Yahoo ADPs and things like that. All right. We're getting in now. We're getting ready for it. We've got 39 seconds. So, look, I expect with Matty G at number 1, and Eric, who's a follower here, in at number 2, I would think that I'm going to have a choice between Luka and Shai, and I will pick Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. We saw the playoff schedule come out today. Luka does not have the 2-game week in the finals. In fact, if you use my recommended NBA playoff schedule or fantasy playoff schedule, no teams have a 2-game week in the finals. They do have 2-game weeks in round 1 of the playoffs, and there are teams that have 5-game weeks in the finals as well. I think over the 3-week playoff period, there are 3 teams with 2-game weeks and 3 teams with 5-game weeks. That is going to have an impact. We'll talk about that later on when we do the schedule breakdown show. But over this period here, it is a wide enough spread that it is important. Maddie's on the clock now, ready to go, where there's some teams have 12 games over those 3 weeks and some do have 9. And maybe that's a reason I don't pick Shai at number 3, because he has 9 games over this playoff schedule. So it did go as expected. Luka has 11 games over this time frame. I am going to take Shai here. The 9 games is not ideal, but I will take Shai. I could easily see an argument for Luka. The difference isn't so severe, and I think in some drafts, when I'm doing it, I will take Luka there. I might as well just take him so it shuts up. I'll take Shai at that spot. I don't really think we're debating a huge amount there. My top 5 is relatively secure. The fact that the guy that comes in at number 6 on my list on a per-game basis is Joel Embiid should be interesting. Well, Giannis goes ahead of Luka there. Okay, I'm not that against it. I don't love it. Noah Rubin with pick 5 here. Noah, you were in the room. Where have you gone? You better be here. If it autos, there will be some pausing going on and some harsh words occurring. Noah Rubin, what are you doing? You made the pick. Luka at 5. Good for you. Cool Jays man at number 6. I haven't done it. Man, it feels good to stretch out the old mock draft muscles after not doing it for a while. Now it's where it gets interesting. Ant Edwards at 6. I've got him at 8. So I don't mind it. It is a weird spot. I've got Jim Harden in this area, and this is where things start to go really weird. Like some of the other names I've got are like Curry, Durant. I don't want them there. Like, did you take Cade? Did you take Booker? Well, there's Cade at 7. It is going to be one of these situations where you go, this guy's not worth a first round pick, but who cares? Because you're going to have to take somebody there. And I think we're going to have to do a lot of work in terms of when I do drafts and drafting strategy and mock drafts with these selections that are outside the top 5. The top 5 to me, very clear. Really, very clear. Mitchie, you were here before. You better make the pick, mate. Yeah, it is. Anthony Davis at number 8. I actually don't have Davis in that area, but I can understand doing it. And remember, there's no such thing as best player available for the most part because you don't know who the best player is going to be. Although I can say that I don't think Towns is going to be the 9th best player with a new head coach in town. And I think more Mitchell Robinson at center. I think that is what will happen. Kingy is picking at 10. This one to me screams James Harden. Oh, he took Trae Young. Interesting. That would have been Harden for me. The other names here are Booker. The other guys I have projected really highly are very risky. Durant, Curry, and Zion. Yeah, Zion. From a head-to-head basis. Jim Harden goes at 11 to Alex Barutha. I like it. Barbecue Chicken 7, who's in these mock drafts a lot. Good for you, my guy. You're always here. Well done. He took Curry and then Don Mitchell. The Curry pick I like. The Don Mitchell one, I do not. I do not like Don Mitchell at that spot. I think that, there you go. Alex cooking there. Harden and Booker, I think Alex is off to an absolute flyer of a start by taking those 2 guys because I think that is, you couldn't do better than that. Kingy goes with Jalen Williams, the Bronco, at 15. Tyrese Maxey at 16 is aggressive. It's aggressive. I'm not. Am I going to hate on it? Maybe a little bit. It's early, but that's okay. It's all right. I'm not going to be too against it. But it is interesting to me that Durant has not gone. I would like to get Durant for me if he falls. Oh, Amen Thompson. I did not think that when I did my projections, Amen would come out as high as he did. He did. He came out very high. Amen Thompson came out to me in the top 15. Now, I don't know that I would do that, but he just went at 17, so I'm okay with it. Again, Durant, little strange that he hasn't gone yet. LaMelo, taking the LaMelo-Cade pairing, that goes to Hoop Wizard there. LaMelo at 18, we know he can beat that per game. We know he can. Whether he does or not is another question. The guys hanging around here, again, it's Embiid, who I'm not going to take. It's Kawhi, who I'm not going to take. There goes Durant. I would have liked that one. So Durant goes at 19. Now we get to a stage where I don't know what I'm going to do. I do not have any idea what I'm going to do. Sabonis goes at 20. One pick away. So should I just flip-flop it out and go with Jalen Johnson? I like Mobley here as well. I might do Mobley. I actually don't mind Barnes in this area. Jalen, I am interested in Zion at this spot. I'm telling you, like I think Zion is going to put numbers, but how dare you take Jalen Johnson? How dare you? Far out. Let's take Mobley. Let's take Mobley there. Yeah, look, I tell you who else I've got. I'll be surprised because I've done my projections. I've actually looked at how the projected list comes out. I got Tyler Hero really high, man. I got Scotty Barnes in this area. I've got, amazingly, I have Josh Giddey in this area, even though he literally does not play for a team at this point, although I think it's going to happen. I'm going to put Giddey into my queue along with Barnes. Jaren Jackson goes at 23. The top of my list is littered at the moment. LeBron at 24 to round out the second round. The top of my list is littered with guys who are risky. The top three guys, Embiid, Zion, and Kawhi. I'm not going to touch Embiid in the top 50. I'm not going to touch Kawhi. You cannot be serious. Again, it's third round reversal. So Chet Holmgren goes to barbecue chicken, and then Josh Giddey goes to Alex. Are you? I know you're not, because I haven't opened up Basketball Monster to see the projections. So you're not reading my projections. We're just on the same page. Kingy goes with Dyson Daniels. Now remember, Dyson Daniels was great for Kingy last season. He was a big steal. You don't get any steal in round 3. That's okay. You don't have to get steals in round 3. But you're not returning the same value. Derek White in round 3 is fine on a per game basis. I love it. I do worry about what Boston will be doing when push comes to shove. I do worry a lot. Paolo Banchero is going to be a polarizing name for sure. I actually think there is absolutely zero problem with selecting Paolo Banchero there. I don't really have too much of an issue. Again, when you're playing head-to-head, you are structuring teams, you are building teams in certain ways. Hoop Wizard. I would have liked Scotty Barnes. I considered Scotty Barnes where I took Evan Mobley. So, yeah, that's a good pick to me. Barnesy at 30. The burner Jalen Brunson goes at 31, who I think that's probably the right spot for him. We're getting to some names where they're going to be controversial, I think. Oh, shit, I better make a bloody decision here. Alperen Sengun just goes, that was not one of the guys that I wanted. Like, I've got Tyler Hero in this mix. I don't think that I'm going to take him here. I've got Ja Morant here. I don't think I'm going to take him. Do I take Brandon Miller? I know that sounds like wrong. Do I take Zion? I don't want to take Zion here. You know what? Let's just go. I'm taking Tyler Hero. I don't love it. Again, some of these picks that I'm making, like this Tyler Hero one, I'm just trying to illustrate that I have Tyler Hero sitting at a higher spot than what you think he might be at. It is interesting to me also that Cooper Flag has not gone yet. That's interesting. We're getting to Zion territory for me. I don't think that I will do it, but we're getting there. Siakam goes in the second last pick of round 3. And then Cooper Flag goes at 36, which you're going to see happen a lot. Like that's he's going to go earlier than this in a lot of spots. The next couple of names, that was one of mine, was going to be the headmaster, Jamal Murray. He just went at 37. The other name, which I've got popping up here, if I'm going to avoid certain risky players, how would we view Brandon Miller? How would we view Brandon Miller? I'm going to view Brandon Miller enough to just show you that I'm pretty interested to see what this sort of player can bring. I have Zion ranked higher. I have Ja Morant projected higher. I have Bam Adebayo around the same. I have guys like Kristaps Porzingis, Mark Williams, right? But That's not really the idea behind what we're doing here. It's, again, I'm trying to get ideas, give comments on these players. I want to get the flow of what this draft is like. I like Noah Rubin taking Ja Morant there. Again, I had him really high. It is interesting to me that we are not seeing, we haven't seen Bam go yet, or he just goes now, that we're not seeing, I haven't seen Zion go, I haven't seen Embiid go. I am intrigued to see how people view Joel for this season. I think it's going to be a disaster again, to be honest. I am not interested in him at all. Hoop Wizard is making a lot of picks that are very much in line with my thoughts. So is Barutha, so I'm very much watching those guys. Desmond Bain goes there to Hoop Wizard, which I think is pretty good. We're also getting into Denny Avdia territory. And as much as you might think I'm a Denny Avdia hater, I'm more about trying to provide realistic upsides and downsides and risk situations. But yeah, him at this point, I think we're getting okay. Trey Murphy, I don't mind it. Actually, I don't mind that really that much at all. I think it's fine. There goes Kawhi ahead of Embiid. Really, really interesting. Zubats to Kingy. I'm talking. I got a Clippers preview show. Should drop tomorrow, which I haven't recorded yet, but it should come out tomorrow. I am very, very interested to see what Ty Lue might be considering. Also, everyone's top 10 legend Nikola Vucevic hasn't gone yet. There goes Embiid to barbecue chicken at 48. I still don't think I'd do it. Barutha took Franz Wagner, which I like at that spot. I tell you someone who's projecting really highly to me, and I'm a bit worried about it, but Peyton Pritchard. And apparently there's some talk that he might just be the starter on this team and not Anthony Simons, which we know, I don't know if you know, but the Celtics are desperately trying to move on from Anthony Simons, and they can't. So it seems like Pritchard might be the starter. Taking Embiid with Chet and Zion is an unbelievable pairing. It's unbelievable in like, Jesus, good luck. Again, my per game stuff loves what Zion can do, but you should be worried. This is absolutely the fine area for Vooch at 52. I don't have Vooch at 52, but I think it's an okay spot to have him. Honestly, like my worry is that he just gets bought out and becomes a reserve or gets traded. The Bulls shouldn't be prioritizing him, but they're idiots, so you never know. But it does appear that he may not even start the season playing for Chicago. I'm going to stick Austin Reeves on my in my queue. I think this season in drafts is going to be one of those ones where you can throw a lot of preconceived notions of players out. You go, yeah, why would I take Austin Reeves in round 5? Well, who else are you going to take? You might take him in round 4. Like, is Tyler Hero really that good? Maybe, maybe not. But like, I just need someone where I feel confident about the floor and about the value of what they're bringing into my team. Same with like Brandon Miller. Do I feel good about it? Nah, of course I don't. Why would I? But I am, my projections like him. I think there is some more, Austin Reeves just went. There is some more stuff that he can do, and I'm interested. This is going to be actually Denny Avdia territory for me. As much as people think that I don't like him, this is, unless Noah's going to take him. Noah's going to take him. It's going to really piss me off. The other one that's coming up here is going to be the big fella, hi Mark, and I don't know how I feel. Well, I do know how I feel about that. I'll take him. Lauri Markkanen is an outrageous pick. Oh no, I hate it, Noah. It could work out. It won't. It won't. Rebate, don't dick me. Do not dick me. We're getting to Kobe White territory, by the way, here as well, and Jordy Poole. I do want Denny here. James Butler III. All right, let's do it. Denny Avdia. Denny Avdia at 58. Pretty happy with that. Kobe White is a name here. Mark Williams is the dog's... Paul George. No, don't. You can't do that. George is injured, had surgery, won't be available to start the season. He's not as washed as you might think he is, but also, hey, got to be careful of this queue. Jason Tatum's in here for some reason. Josh Hart, I don't like Josh Hart at that spot. I think Josh Hart is going to see a pretty sizable downturn this season. Jarrett Allen, safe, solid pick. Where am I? I'm not missing it. Mark Williams hasn't gone, has he? I'm taking Mark. What's this? I like the Kobe White pick. I believe I need a center. I've got Mobley, but all right, let's do it. Mark Williams, easy. I think Williams per game could very easily be a third-round guy. But we're not going to take him there, obviously, but he can be that. Jakob Poeltl is an interesting player for this season as well, I think. There's some quality names, obviously, on the board. Obviously, so like Julius Randle looks good here. We're getting into Emmanuel Quickley territory, Alex Sarr territory. There is a sizable drop-off coming up. Fred VanVleet goes. Yeah, all right, that's reasonable. One question I'm going to have for you guys who are watching this, which Bridges goes first? Neither have gone, Mikal or Miles. Jordan Poole, I like that, Noah. You redeem yourself after me not liking your Markkanen pick. I like you taking Poole there. It's actually really good for Poole at that spot. I tell you, the other name, which I'm going to put into my queue, I said it already. Where we are in Peyton Pritchard zone to me. Peyton Pritchard. Sorry. Julius Randle. Yeah, okay, good. I like it. What's there to worry about with him? Asar Thompson should be starting to be thought about. The risk you have is, do you get Bickerstaffed and his lack of shooting being a problem? I'm legitimately concerns about that. Where the hell, as I say this, where the hell is Zach LaVine in my projections? I don't know. DeAndre Ayton. Hoop Wizard. Yeah, actually, I do have him in this spot. All right, fair enough. Where is LaVine? How far down this bloody list is he? Wow, I have LaVine down and DeRozan down pretty low. Did not know that. Okay, good to know. DeAndre Ayton, Jalen Duren, Cam Johnson. Remember last season we had a spot, I think it was round 7 or 8, where we had like 9 centers go in a row. I don't know that we're going to have it the same way here. After Ayton goes Duren, then it goes Cam Johnson, and then we go Quickly, who I like there, Sarr, who I like there, and it is Mikal Bridges that goes. I'd take Miles, to be honest. I don't think that Mikal's going to do much. But that run in the 70s on Quickly, Sarr is really strong. A Kongwu going there, even if he comes off the bench, which I think he will, I think it's a totally reasonable pick. Donovan Clingan, I know Barutha likes him there, so he's gone Sarr and Clingan, 2 second-year centers. He's big on those guys. And then Kingy taking Poeltl is a W pick for him as well. I really like that from Kingy to get Poeltl there. Fine, you're Steve, why would you consider Peyton Pritchard at that spot when I wanted him at my spot? All right, well, there you go. Pritchard, for me, was going to be my pick. So you get an idea that I am pushing him higher than, honestly, I thought I would. Yeah, all right, that's good to know. It's good to know. We're getting into, as much as I don't like him, Brandon Ingram territory. We're getting into Jalen Green territory. We're getting into, honestly, you know who the next sort of weird name to talk about is? It's Matas Buzelis. We're getting into Matas Buzelis territory, and I'm just going to, I was going to put him in the chat. That is, wow, the rustiness persists. Gobert went really safe. Hartenstein went for Hoop Wizard, totally okay. You'll notice Hoop Wizard went guards, then 3 bigs in a row. And you will notice, I love how Fantrax does this with the color coding. Look at that big grouping of centers, all the green here. All of that green in that area. Zach LaVine going at 79. I have not, again, this is very preliminary. I have not sat down and go, these are the last round flyers that I like. I haven't done it yet. So I don't know exactly who it's going to be. But there are, when I look at this list, there are some unbelievably interesting names. DeMar DeRozan. I tell you who else is bloody looking for me. Like, we are in a Asar Thompson zone. This is also, as much as I don't like him, we have to be in Brandon Ingram territory. We're at like pick 82. DeRozan goes at 80, LaVine at 79. Nick Claxton at 81. So Ingram are obviously a million injury risks. We're in Jalen Green territory. I'm looking at my squad. I do need steals. My free throws are strong. Are they strong enough to deal with Asar Thompson? 8 seconds. Ingram. I pushed it. What happened? It just took Buzelis. Anyway, you saw the timer run out. I'm trying to talk on a podcast. Whatever. Buzelis was top of my queue. I don't hate it there. I wanted to take Ingram or Asar, I'm going to get one of these guys on my way back around. Bazelis, I would have gotten probably in round 9. Toby Harris is a really solid pick there. Miles Bridges at 84 is a solid pick. I am going to end up with Ingram here, aren't I? Zach Edey, if he wasn't injured to start the season, we are absolutely in Edey's zone. I think Edey is going to have a pretty big year. But do I forego Asar? Do I forego Ingram to get him? Who just went? Andy Nembhard. Okay. I don't like drafting Brandon Ingram. I hate it. I actually hate it. Do I just... What's my scoring like? Let's take Ingram. I hate it, man. What position? My positions are all full. Yeah, will I, in however many picks I've got left, will I be able to get one of these guys? 18 picks until my turn. I've got Asar and Zach Edey. I'm going to put Jalen Green there too. I don't think I will. I'll put Michael Porter in that mix as well. Just foot-in-mouth legend, Michael Porter, the poop cookie. There he goes. Porter goes at 88. I think he's going to put up better numbers than Cam Johnson did last season, but of course, injuries. Fake injuries are going to happen. We're getting to Kevin Porter zone. We're getting to Kal-El Ware in these flyer guys. It's a very John Collins. Put him in the queue. I'm not ready to take him yet. Christian Brown goes. I'm not about downtown Christian Brown in that spot. I know he was great last season. I'm going to remain incredibly skeptical of those numbers continuing in that way. I would have liked to have waited on that. Basel at that spot is cool. Cam Thomas, whatever his shit, I know this, but he's going to score a lot. You're going to have that risk. A guy I would like to start considering is Shaden Sharp, but I have no confidence in his role. And Tamani Kamara as well. Am I really going to load up on Blazers? Jesus Christ. There goes Norman Powell. There goes John Collins. Powell is going to be third banger in Miami, and that we saw how poorly that went in LA. It didn't work when Kawhi and Harden were there, and Powell does nothing else, but he does score. So there's that part of it. I like Steve taking Johnny Collins at that spot. Collins, I'm not sure he's going to have much of an opportunity to be a center on this team. But we'll see. Who just went? Oh my God, Kamara and Ware. So Baruth has just said, I want second-year centers, Sar, Kling, and Ware, which is fine. Anthony Simons, I believe that might be significantly early. Honestly, I am worried that they're going to trade him somewhere else. I'm worried that he's going to play a smaller role. And we'll say, I also think, by the way, that Boston is going to play up pace. The tempo is going to rise. By the way, those two guys that I had, Asar and Edey, both still available. So it went Ware and Simons to end round 8. So start round 9, Jaden McDaniels, don't like it. Jalen Green, the next pick, which is a 98, actually like it a lot. I really like that one. We'll see. I'm just trying to pay attention to what else is going on here in my back end. There goes Asar. Isaiah Jackson. So we're going Isaiah Jackson over Jay Huff. Jackson's recovering from a torn Achilles, so I don't think that's the pick. Asar going there is fine. Bilal, I am sizably skeptical. Would be a kind way of putting that on Bilal. You'll see my Wizards preview show coming out tomorrow. Edey, the injury is a worry, but am I okay taking him? I think I am. I don't know, though. There goes Scooter, who I hope they're playing good minutes to, but I can't sit here and tell you I understand what Portland is going to do in this spot. Ben Mathurin is fine there. I had Mathurin not far away. I've got Shaden Sharp in this area. I don't want to. If I can get, I've got Sharp top 80. We're in the hundreds, so we're a fair way away from that area. But I don't know what they're going to do. We're also in Bradley Beal territory, Andy Wiggins territory, non-sexy picks. We're in Kevin Porter Jr. territory. Again, non-sexy. I don't know whether it's going to be Rollins. I don't know if it's going to be Cole Anthony. I do know that I don't want to watch Kevin Porter play. So we'll see. But I am definitely... it's my pick. I feel like Zach Edey went higher than this last year. All right, I'll take Edey. Again, he is injured to start this season, which I don't love. But I'm okay. Kingy's doing his usual thing. He's punted points, he's punted free throws, he's punted threes, he's going hard into the punts. That's okay. Good for him. My team has poor steals. I would have liked Asar to get that. I would like a point guard here if I could get one. So Zach Edey was me, then it's Malik Monk, then it is Shaden Sharp. So I can't do that one. Now, I am getting to the stage of like, who do I take? Bradley Beal? God, it's disgusting. It's pretty disgusting. But Kyrie Irving, don't like it, not doing it, absolutely no way. Cole Anthony, no way. No, look, I'm all for taking flyers on guys as I draft Bradley Beal, but Cole in round 10 it's too early for me. It's too soon, Reese. If anyone gets what that gag's from, please let me know. Dante DiVincenzo, I was gonna say I didn't expect his name to be called, but he's at the top of my projections. Or he's not. He's like 15th on my list of guys available. I've got some really interesting names left here. Aaron Gordon. I'm not going to be taking CJ McCollum, I know that, but he's there. Scott Pippen, Brandon Pajemski, Derek Lively, who's also injured to start the season. Don't know if he'll be available. He's okay, but I'm not loving it. This is a little bit too much minutes competition. Brandon Pajemski Draymond there is good. I like that. From you, cool Jays, man. I'm going to put pods into... The Warriors roster makes no sense. We don't know what's happening with Kuminga. We don't know if Horford's signed. We don't know if Melton's coming back. We don't know anything about it. It's very weird. Isaiah Collier in round 10 is early. Like it's Collier was fine, but he wasn't good. And there is George, and there is Walter Clayton. And it's early, man. I don't know. We'll see. Drew Holiday is not one I would have done there, nor would I have taken DeJounte Murray in round 10. I didn't realize that Kingy took Tari Eason, who, again, Kingy is leaning into these low-volume, high-variance stats. And taking bench players and injured players really it juices your projections, but it does give you a narrower margin. I like Barutha again. You're cooking, my guy. He took Kevin Porter there, who, again, I hate Kevin Porter's game. It's disgusting to watch. But I think it's the right. I think I should have gone ahead of Cole Anthony. I'm very confident in that. Jabari Smith is not one I would have picked. No chance. One of the other names that I've got in this zone, which I'm going to put in the queue, but I don't really know how to view it, but I've got Cam Whitmore here. Eve Misi, get that absolute out of here. No way, not taking him, not touching him, especially when there are plenty of other guys on the board who I think are better. But it's bloody weird, this point. Naz Reid, good pick from you. Again, Barutha. You are cooking. Keyshawn George. Is Keyshawn George going to start? I've got him predicted in this area. I do. I'm not far off, but yeah. Ace Bailey is the second rookie off the board. I fear Ace might be terrible from a fantasy perspective, especially. I think he might be dreadful. But we are. Now, it's hard for me to... Mitch! No! We're in flyer territory here. And Mitch just took Cam Whitmore, if you couldn't tell by my reaction. Now, did I take flyers and guys? Not. I guess Buzelis you'd consider. I do want to get... I'm not going to use this as a flyer. I want to get Wiggins, Murray, or Pajemski with my next pick. And then we'll start scrolling down and go, hey, let's see what's going on with some of these guys. And we'll see where it goes. But, that was going to be my Whitmore pick. But that clearly did not happen. Rowan Barrett Jr. goes to Cool J's, man, which is cool and Jay to me, I guess. We are not taking Tatum and Halliburton, who you'll notice at the top of that queue. Herbert Jones goes. If you're taking Herbert Jones in the 70s, you're making a mistake. If you're taking him here, you are cooking. I like that pick. There goes Keegan Murray. Do we take Wigo or do we take Pajemski? One of the names here, Scott Pippen. All right, let's do Wigo. I don't love that. Wiggins is fine. Don't get me wrong. It's not a high upside player. It might not be a bad upside play, but it's not a high upside play. Okay. So now I will chuck the bucket into this mix, Johnny Kuminga. There goes Kyle Kuzma, everyone's least favorite player. And I'm going to do this. I don't feel confident in this at all with my pick. I'm putting Scottie Pippen into this zone here. Steph Castle goes at 132. I honestly thought people would take Castle earlier. This is reasonable to have Steph Castle here. He was bad for most of last season. He had some nice run at the end of last season when everyone was out. Ooh, Filipowski. Okay. Figure this out for me. Who did the Jazz play? Kessler? Markkanen? Hendricks? Bailey? Filipowski? There goes Dan Gafford. I've got Kuminga there. I've got Podziemski there. I've got Pippen and Podziemski projected higher. But I'm going to take Pippen, right? But I think it's very reasonable to select Kuminga there. Just who knows what breaks loose. Right, who knows? It's the 12th pick. I could get rid of him immediately if I wanted to. So I'll take Scott Pippen there. I wanted a bit of an assists bump on my team, and that's probably one of the best guys that are left. I think Aaron Gordon looks appealing here. I think Kuminga obviously looks appealing. I think Podziemski looks appealing. I think that it gets a little bit rough though. No one's picked a Hornets starting center, so someone needs to take it. Oh, there you go. Diabate. This is where you go. Do I take Plumlee? Do I take the big cock himself, Ryan Kalkbrenner? Or do you take Moussa Diabate, the center who never blocks shots or scores? Reggie Evans. Jared McCain before the dominatrix VJ Edgecombe. Interesting. I think... there goes Podziemski. I don't know about McCain. You look at McCain's numbers when players returned last season. Not good, right? He cooked. He was playing very well when everyone was out. And then everyone came back. And he was not good. And then he got hurt. So we didn't get to see an extended run of him being not good. Podziemski, Schroeder, Dylan Harper, CJ McCollum. And there he is. The big cock himself. Ryan Kalkbrenner. I'm going to put Santi Aldama over in my queue. I am surprised that no one's filled up their cum bucket yet. There goes Aldama to Barutha. Probably the first pick of Barutha's that I haven't loved, although it's still pretty good. You barbecue chicken, my guy. You took Kuminga. And Timothy John McConnell, which I don't love. It's fine. Is there going to be an outrageous... There hasn't been a terribly outrageous pick, I don't think, apart from maybe my Matas Buzelis pick. Maybe, nothing's been, incredibly crazy. There's been some of the guys that I wanted to see fall to me. Whitmore, Pritchard, annoyingly go earlier than I wanted. It's just... Well, there goes VJ. It is... Kingy. I think you got enough steals. I think you got enough. Derek Queen. Common Malowich. Okay. No, I get it. They're flyers. I'm doing fine. I'm doing jokes. Marcus Smart. Yeah, he could start. Do I like it? Not really. Young Hun Sen. What are we doing? What are we doing? I know that there's hype about him, but that'll be squashed, I think, pretty early. But we're getting to a very weird spot. Aaron Gordon still hasn't gone. Yegor Newman. Okay, this is about flyers. Usually this portion of the draft. I'm going to take Aaron Gordon. It's not a flyer, right? I know that. But it's also just someone who I just think has just fallen way too far here. And Gordon shot the ball well. His assists were up. He doesn't get defensive stats anymore. So you can't be... Okay, so he just went. So I'm not taking him, obviously. But what am I doing then? Who am I picking? That's a really good question, and I don't know the answer to it, and I need to make the call on this really quickly. I'm going to take a flyer on Keontae George. I don't know how it's going to work out. I don't know what they're going to do, but that's an easy drop when we get there later. What I'm also going to do, again, for the content sake of it, is I'm going to take a flyer on Zach Collins. And you might say, have you actually lost your mind? And I get it. Just, again, I'm drafting here on the 15th of August. If we get to October the 1st, I don't know what team Nikola Vucevic is playing for. So just, again, this is more of a just keep an eye out, yeah? Just keep it in your... See, I don't like that. Colin Sexton went there, fine. Klay Thompson, absolutely. Matty G, come on, man. Let's actually just tighten things up a little bit because we're not doing that. Also, Celtics big men. Do we go Boucher? He's in the mix here. Do we go Luka Garza? PJ Washington just went. These are all players in this mix here. Does Al Horford, if he actually signs with the Golden State, he's a name that you consider. Jeremy Grant? Yeah, I'd rather shoot arrows through my deck, to be honest. What I'm doing, again, is just to highlight this fact. I'm taking Zach Collins. You can take Jalen Smith if you want. And I would hope that Smith would get the chance. I don't think he will, but I hope that he will. So I just wanted to highlight that again, that I'm just going to take that chance on Zachary Collins. Just to see what shakes in the next 6 weeks. Whether Vooch still plays there or not, and Collins is the starter. Maybe, maybe not. Another name to consider here I would look at is Garza and Boucher, for sure. Absolutely, Jay Huff should be picked here. Like Huff, and I'm just going to type his name so you're well aware. Jay Huff needs to be drafted. I don't know that he will be. Jay Huff needs to be drafted. Chris Paul goes, which is okay. What else have we got in this area? Sam Hauser. God, that's not very good. Well, there he goes. Jesus Christ. Well, No, I said that before that name came up. What are the odds? Yeah. Someone should be getting some Huff here. Someone needs some Huff. The other name to watch is going to be Fanapants Kevin Huerter. Rob Dillingham, yeah, I'm not going to do that one. Boucher, like it from you, Steve. Like it. Garza, like it from you as well, Kingy. They are picks that should be made. Nemesh Keita, we're going just Celtics bigs. Come on, barbecue chicken. Finish off with a Huff. Overall, I think we did pretty well here. But what I think you can tell is the last 40 to 50 picks are going to be relatively interchangeable, I think, with the next 20 or so free agents. And you're going to be able to cycle guys in. Streaming is going to be important. Because look at some of these names, man. Like Aldama, Portis, McConnell, Edgecombe, Mulwatch, Queen, Young, Yeoman. Like, who was that last pick? Oh, the Areola goes. Concanipple. It should have been Jay Huff, but that's okay. So, I picked a 3. I think the draft went pretty well. It is interesting to see the way that players are being valued. Like I said, I have deliberately kept out of all mock drafts. I don't like to do mock drafts until I have done projections. I like to see where things settle, and we're still not fully there. I'm not going to be doing one of these in the next 2 days. It might be 2 weeks before I do the next one. I don't know yet. But some of the names that remain that could have been picked. Horford could have been picked. Kaysen Wallace, DeAndre Hunter, Kelly Oubre. I'd say Karis LeVert. I would say Alex Caruso, probably not. Mitchell Robinson. What about... Yeah, Jay Huff is the name that really stands out here. DeAnthony Melton also. Josh Minot plays for Boston. Could he be a name? He's one to watch for sure. Buddy Hield. Keon Ellis. I would hope they play him, but I honestly don't know what they're going to do. Kevin Huerter. Alexander Walker, maybe. It's a weird spot. Let's talk about my team. So I had pick 3 in third round reversal. I went with Shai. I took Evan Mobley. Actually, I might just adjust the screen here. Let's bring that across and have a bit of a look at what my team is. So I had Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in the first round. And then in the second round, I took Evan Mobley. In the third round, I took Tyler Hero. In the fourth round, I took Brandon Miller. Fifth round, Denny Avdia. Sixth round, Mark Williams. Matos Bazelis in the seventh, who I would have taken in the eighth, but he got auto-picked because I ran out of time because I was waffling. In the eighth, I ended up with Brandon Ingram. In the ninth, Zach Edey. Number 10, Brad Beal. Round 11, Andy Wiggins. Number 12, Scott Pippen. 13, Keontae George, a bit of a panic pick. And then number 14, Zach Collins, which was just watch this pick. Again, there's not a real draft. These are not for real stakes. This is, again, just getting the lay of the land here, talking about the draft, thinking about it, and just highlighting a few things that I think are important. Again, Jay Huff should have been picked. Zach Collins is there just in case some Vooch stuff breaks free. Same as going with Kuminga. I don't know what's going to happen, but we will see where it ends up. Where I'm ending up is, well, you can tell me what you think of the show. Actually, tell me what you think of the draft. How do you think that this played out? How did you view the teams that were in there and the strategies, or what picks did you think were poor? Yeah, again, projected standings are based on my projections and I'm on top, so that's a W for me, but who cares? It doesn't mean anything. Projections and head-to-head variance is important and matchups are important. Kingy's team projects out well because he went hard into a punt as he always does. He's going for rebounds, steals, blocks, field goals, and turnovers, which is going bigs, right? It's all It's all about just making things make sense. You're trying to hit value, and you're trying to make sure you'll get... So we get to round 12, right? And you might say, I need to take a flyer here. But if you see a guy that you think is a top 100 player, but he's not necessarily going to be better than top 100, but you're picking at 130, like, that's still value. Still getting 30 spots of value is value. So it's not about, well, I'm going to get the Dyson Daniels here, which I'd love if you did it. But you're not always going to do that. So, it was great to get back into the mock draft saddle. I'm sure there'll be lots of criticism in the chat. Remember this. You don't know what is going to happen. I don't know what is going to happen. We all make guesses and projections and thoughts, and we try and reason it out. And again, I explained why certain things I think happened and why I did certain things. It's all fun and games. This process is all going to be refined as we move forward throughout the NBA season, or through the NBA preseason, leading up to fantasy season. And you can subscribe. We'll have points league drafts. We'll have auction drafts. We'll have deeper drafts. I'll pick from every slot in the first round. We'll talk about builds and the overratedness of builds and pairings and everything that you know and love, or love to hate, will be here as per usual. Guys, we are done here. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. The mocks are back. See ya.